Because 130 million families are eligible to get $117 billion. So it's a lot of money. It's several $100s each family on average. It's available. And with legislation that we just passed last week, we made it as simple as possible. You don't even need documentation. You can estimate what your income is. We're going to hear from an official from the Internal Revenue Service how you do it. But you've got to ask for it. And that's why we're here. The government needs to know that you want it, and then they'll send it to you. The idea is to get more money into the economy, get you spending the money. So, you know, it's just, we made it just as simple as possible, and it's your money, and I want you to claim it. We are going into a difficult economy. It may be a recession, and so to soften the impact, we took the advice of economists who said, let's get some money out immediately. Targeted on people who will spend it right away. So we targeted on people whose incomes are not over $75,000 per person, $150,000 for a couple. But that's the vast majority of American families. It's only a one-time thing. So if you forget to claim it this year, you don't get it. It's all over. You missed it. So it's timely and it's targeted. We wanted to go out immediately, so you should be getting your checks this summer. Okay? Now
what the Congressman has said, as long as you have filed a tax return and you file it by April 15th, you do nothing. You will get a letter from the IRS in late April, early May that says this is what the package is all about and this is how it works. A couple weeks later, you will get a personal letter that says, Dear Mr. Smith, you qualify for a stimulus payment of $900, for example. And it will be direct deposited, if you have direct deposit on your tax return, on June the 14th. Or if you're someone who asks for a mail refund, it'll say your check will come in July 20th. But it'll tell you how it's done. So that really helps. You do nothing. Now for people who, this is for people who file by April 15th. If you're someone who is a little late in filing, say you file in August, you will still get a stimulus check, but it will be, of course, a couple months later. You'll get a letter saying when that check will arrive. The IRS will keep sending checks out until December 31st. Once that arrives, no more checks will be sent out. Now, just recapping how the money is going. You get $600 per person if you have a filing requirement and your taxes are at least $600 for a single person. If you're married filing joint and your taxes are at least $1,200, you get a $1,200 rebate. Everybody gets at least $300 if you have to file. So if I file, I don't have any taxes, I just file my return, I'll get $300. If I was married filing joint, $600. Now, if I don't even have to file, like people here, all I have is Social Security. I get $10,000 a year, I don't bother. What we're asking people to do is file a short form, and that's where we're going to rely on the AARP to assist people to do it, so you don't have to really worry about it, they're going to help. You're going to write stimulus payment, you're going to identify yourself, you're going to put your Social Security or your Tier 1 railroad retirement or your disability veterans pay on line 14A. On the back, you're going to sign the return, and I would recommend putting down direct deposit, your checking account number or savings account, so when this stimulus comes, you'll get the money quicker. Now, if you do happen to have a qualifying child, you can list, they'll be listed right here also. A qualifying child is someone who qualifies for the child tax credit. So that's my relation. It could be my son, my daughter, my grandson, my great-grandson. They're under 17. They live with me more than half the year. They don't support themselves. That qualifies me for the child tax credit. And if I have 10 kids who qualified me, I would get 10 times $300. Does anybody here have 10 children? No? Okay. But that's
Middle lane for somebody
middle
to
lane.
start, too.
Grandkids count too if you take them in. So that works out real well. So that's the basic thing. You do need to file, and if you can file tomorrow or by April 15th, you're first in line. So I wouldn't, don't worry about having to get there tomorrow to file. As long as you file by April 15th, you will get the first line of checks. AARP is going to tell you what they're going to do, where they are, give you their toll-free number. So you can call to find out where the local AARP office is. Almost everybody does get the check. The only exceptions are someone who doesn't have enough income, they have less than $3,000 of earned income, or they're a dependent. I take my son as a dependent. He cannot claim this credit. And I have to have a valid Social Security number. So I do have to have a Social Security number when I file my tax return in order for me to get this credit. So almost everybody will receive it.